Pheasant815 here. The other day when I was shooting bow, this was in, I believe, Shooting with Father, Shooting Hoyt Bow number 2 video. I'll put a link to that one below. Anyway, the fifth arrow was a flyer from the tree stand, and it took off one of the flanges here, one of the feathers. So I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off these other two and use QuickFletch to repair this bow. Now I'm not going to be worried about lining these up with the blades, for these are field points. I do have a whole set that I use for hunting that are the exact same as these, just with broadheads of the same weight. So anyway, I'm just going to cut these off to start with. Pull out a pocket knife for that. Alright, so we got a pocket knife out here. What we're going to do is remove the wings here. Okay. I don't want to cut into the bow shaft. Never cut towards yourself like this. That's how you get yourself hurt. But oh, this one's coming off much nicer. Alright, got almost all that one off right away. Peeling backwards. And there's a little bit of roughness there. Now, some people, I think, take their knife and they kind of scrape it smooth. I'm going to leave that rough because that gives more for the QuickFletch to grab to, but I do want to get this junk off. So let's carefully kind of peel that off. And I'm going to flip it around. I'm just going to finish this piece, and then we'll look at it before I'm done. Alright, so get close for you there. Get to come in focus. Alright, here's the knock. And you can see a little bit of residue there, but not much. And this is the one that came off, and it looks the best. But what I'm going to do is just going to rub with my fingers. Try to get the loose dust parts off. I'm going to take a dry cloth and do this too. Again, not wanting to make it look perfectly smooth and new like the shaft, but okay with a little roughness there. Gives more for it to grip too. And then I'm going to go start heating the water, slide the QuickFletch on, and cinch it on there. Let's go take a look at that. So today what I'm going to be repairing with is the QuickFletch. These are the twister vanes. Nice bright white and orange. Come in a pack of 3. Got some simple instructions there. Take off the old, heat the water, cinch it, and you're ready to go. Pretty simple. Let's give it a go. Alright, so I'm going to open the box of QuickFletch. I'm going to keep these in here. So I'm just going to open the back, making sure not to cut them. Just need one today, so here we go. Take a look what that looks like. If the camera can focus in there, here we go. Just basically a plastic sleeve, perfectly spaced fletchings. What you do is you get the water hot, put this over your arrow, and it fletches, quick snitches on there. Let me try again. The fletching will quickly adhere to the arrow shaft. Let's go do that part now. Alright, I'm at a very filthy stovetop here. I have some water coming to a boil. I'm going to put it in this glass mug to hold it after it cools for a second, because I just want to bring it to boil, let it sit for a couple minutes, then I'll put on the fletching. While this is cooling, why don't we go ahead and put the QuickFletch on. Alright, I'm using this box of donuts here to hold everything for me. Right-handed, but I'm going to use my left hand to put the QuickFletch to the end. Slide up there. This is my other arrow. This had actually, this is the one we were working on downstairs. It was the other one. That's my other one. It doesn't even have a point on it yet. That will shortly quick. Now I'm going to line them up, but to make sure I get the fletching at the same spot, I'm going to get an arrow that's already done so I have matched the distance on them before I cinch them. I'm going to go grab one of those, we'll see them side by side. Alright, so here is an arrow that's one of my 26-inch ones. I'm going to line it up right there on the donut box. And I'll get it eyeballed on camera, then I'll make sure it's perfectly set off camera. Let's see. So what I want to do is have the same distance between the knock and the fletching on all of these. And I'll eyeball it here, and then I'll make sure it's set perfect, or perfect enough off camera where I can fine tune it. What I'm going to do is take this piece, dip it into the hot water, and it should cinch it tight. I'll see if I can't get that on camera. Alright, this fletching is set the same distance from the back knock, so I'm going to dip it and see if it cinches. It's balancing on some buns, the camera, so let's hope it stays set. Sticking it in, not quite as deep as I wanted it. That's a problem I didn't quite foresee. I'll have to get a taller glass for the next one. Let's see what this one does, because we've already committed to it. Put it in there for a little bit. Tap out there because I've got too much depth. Oh, I hope this still works. It's my first time using this kind of glass. Usually I had a bigger pot, but for the sake of time I used a smaller pot so I had less water. So I'm just doing it in the glass, and that might be a problem, but this will be a learning experience for you then. And for me. Ooh, that is hot. Let that cool for a second. What I might have to do on this one is just trim off the extra there. That should be no big deal. I'm supposed to let these sit for a couple minutes. I'm going to set it so it can cool. Alright, the camera is back, balancing on the hamburger buns. I have made sure the fletching on this next arrow is also the same. I'm going to double check it real quick off camera. They are the same. I'm going to use the hot water in the mug again, just since I'm doing one, might as well experiment with two that way. Usually I use the bigger pot and cinch it all the way, but there's a lot of extra. So, and the gentleman who did a lot of these before cut off a lot of the extra, the front piece, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'll just do mine afterwards instead of before. Dipping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. Try to knock the air out. Pull it up, take a peek at it. Oh, that looks nice and well cinched. See if I can, except for the part that didn't go into water, it's nice and tight to it. Let that cool, then we'll take a better look at them. Alright. Here we are back at the donut box. I've got my arrows. Here they are. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Come back. Anyway, you can see where it's cinched up to right about here on this one, and then I added more water. Oh, so this one I added more water on, and to the K and quick in this one. I'm going to trim off the extra. I don't want to make it sound like I've done 1,000 of these before. I haven't. There's probably better people in this, but I'm showing you me doing it. Previously I had enough water and cinched it all the way up over the sleeve, but I noticed the ones I got from my friend, he cut them off down over here. So what I'm going to do is trim off this loose part here and here on it, and then I can't wait to shoot them and try them out. Before I air this video, I will shoot these to try them out to make sure everything works fine. But there are directions in the box for those who like to read those. Anyway, this is QuickFletch on my 26-inch arrows. Making old arrows new again. Alright, here we are back down in the room. I've given some time for these to cool off a bit. Got my QuickFletch attached there. Some extra pieces that aren't quite tight, so we're going to take that off. I'll be using my Gerber knife here. That's what I use for doves, cleaning them out. It's got a little skeletal hammer, or skeletal frame and handle. And a nice grip right here. And gets really nicely inside the bird. I'm going to see if it can do it on the arrow. I bet it can. Alright, I don't know how much of this I'm going to do on camera, but I'm just going to get a loose cut. Get the crude excess off. I think I'm still on camera. Maybe not. I'm going to use this grip part to hold it. And this would probably be much easier pinning it down on the table. So I'll probably do that but I'll show you the end product. How about that? Alright, here we are. Have it trimmed down here to the so I have the QuickFletch left. As much fun as that wasn't that big of a deal. I think from now on I'll do, apparently like my friend who's done this more than me, who I got the bow from, and I'll pre-cut the length down quite a bit there. Maybe not the whole length as far as this, but I'll cut down a little bit further and I'll dip it all the way into the pot of water. I don't know that I needed the whole shoe up there like I did before. What happens is that it ruins them, or any fletching, is that these get ripped off. The rest of the boot, as I'm calling it, isn't as necessary. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I can't wait to shoot them for you, see how they work again. It's Pheasant815, signing out. By way of comparison, here's what it looks like with the full boot on it. This is a different kind. These are the yellow. These are the nap quick spin, quick fletch. These are the quick spins. But I've got the whole boot, as I'm calling it, on there on this one. Just got to dip it further in the water, so a bigger pot of water. But there's that.